Yes, yes, yes. Welcome again. It's the Washington XXM podcast. It's another day, another dollar. It's lunchtime now on the job as usual, so I'm sorry I'm running back. I'm on the job, so it was a quick video. So I saw something interesting, so I couldn't wait until I reach home. So let me just do this real quick. So let's get into it. Take a look at this video, and then we start out. Boom.
Yeah. As we are.
All right. So, what's interesting about the DEF CON tweet is, and the relationship to Balenciaga. The enemy's plan is set up far before the fallout. It feels like they put me in the front of the show and swapped Kim out so that I could be the face at the time when the photos hit. But God had me tweet the DEF CON, and then they had to cut ties with me. So they weren't able to use me in that way. And I just feel blessed. We have to lean into the Spirit in all things we do. Like my dad said, they're gonna smear your name if you're...
See that? It's Kanye once again. He's talking about the Balenciaga saga and the fallout with him with everybody and his ex-wife and why they put his face as the main face. But before we get into content, let me finish the video. I just want to show you that part first. You see the church the church he's been the CCC, which is that's like a white church anyway. It doesn't matter if it's white or black, but church, that's something I am. Well, you know what? Let's finish watch this video and then we get into it. Continue watching it.
Of course, Dad. That good idea. Thanks a lot. The truth is, Jesus says, love everyone. God says, love everyone. For me, I believe that in no way, I am not bipolar. I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man. And that's part of my superpower. That's the reason why I can produce tracks and design and do so many things. But what I can't do, there's two things that I can't do. I can't accept hate, and I can't hate. Have you ever known an autistic person that hates? That's the reason I love. So if someone says, love this person, love this person, don't love this person, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to not. I love Ari Emanuel. I love the CCP. We have to bring Christ to the CCP. We need to bring Christ to China. China control y'all. China made this phone and controls this phone and controls the people that you're going to get this video to.
Okay, so you see, this is my problem. This is what I hate with celebrities and people in general. Whenever time someone bring God into anything, it rubs me the wrong way. All the other things he said about the with China is own a lot of these countries hold China a lot of money because China invests heavily in people countries, like in highways and airports, and even in my country they own right now all the highways. They have like 20 years of collecting fees on it before they can turn it over to the local government. And what he said about he's artistic and that's why he's so good at writing music and designing art, that's true. Artistic people tend to be good at something. Not all of them, because I have an artistic cousin myself, and they do not hate. They might not like you because you might do something to them. But typically, artistic people do not hate people. I grew up with one, so I've never seen him hating anyone. Because he's always playing around, but they don't hate. So that's true. He's very and Kanye is talented when it comes to music, writing, his designing, and business in general. And he have a good grasp on the world, except when he says some outlandish things, like things I won't repeat now because I don't want to get this video to get taken down. It happened before. when I take down a video, so I'm promoting hate. So I'm not gonna repeat certain things he said, and I also cut it out the video, so maybe you have to still go and see the whole clip to see the entirety of the video. But anyway, this is what rubs me wrong. People like to use God to validate when they do stupidness or when they want to make themselves look a certain way, they bring God into the conversation. And this is what I hate. That's why by him going to this church and talking about God and God make him do this and God make he send a tweet and Satan this, and that's where people rub me the wrong way. Not only he do this, you have movie stars and artists all of a sudden have an epiphany, become a Christian, and say, oh, they start to bash the movie industry or they bash the music industry, and they say, oh, this is the God, devil's work, and blah, blah, blah. But notice it, people always come to this realization after they gain the fame and after they gain all the money. So this is my view on it. That's a complaint I have. People too like to, and not only that, women do this. The women do this as well. Women also, there will be a how all in life. How they say run through man run through them like a forest. And at the end of the day, they want to go baptize into a Christian and say, oh, they reborn, they baptize, and they give their life over to God, and they are now not having sex until they get married. Again, people like to use God to whitewash them past. For you to come and present themselves as brand new. Hell no. That's don't make no sense. I don't care who it is. You can't use God and use it to whitewash or to change to reinvent us basically. So anyway, back to the musicians. I've seen a few musicians recently turn Christians. Like even in dancehall, in hip hop, and they go and do gospel songs. But they always complain and say, oh, that was the devil's work and the devil's do this and the devil made into this. But if that's the devil's work, why don't you give back all that money? For me to believe you and believe you're authentic, whatever you say is authentic, you have to give back all that money you make from that so-called devil music you say you make. I know you're a Christian, so you're going to do gospel songs. Give back all that money. Donate all that money to charity, since it's wicked money. Why are you holding on to the riches that you gain from the so-called wickedness you said is done? Movie stars do the same thing. After the fame and the movies and they get everything, all of a sudden they have an epiphany. They want to say, oh, they're not doing movies anymore. Like that young guy from 3.5 Men. If that's the case, don't use your status as a celebrity to do anything and also give back again all the money you make. How can you bring dirty money into a clean house, according to them? Because God, they say Christianity is clean and is God-fearing. So how are you going to bring dirty money into a clean house? That makes no sense. So for me to believe that you're truly give up the world and turn to God, you have to give up every single thing you gain while it was out there, including your home, your cars, all the assets, all the cash, and start from fresh in the name of God. That's how you can get me to believe that you're doing what you say is authentic. Because too much time, people do this, and then they run into the church and say, oh, I'm Christian, and then do all this dirtiness under the disguise of Christianity. And that's some of the worst people can find is people who goes to church. Some of the evilest and some of the biggest house as well as in church. Because they use the church as a cover and God as a cover to say only God. And what is always their main point? Only God can judge me. That's what they always say. Only God can judge me. But yet they themselves will judge people. So when I don't care what you say and what you're doing, when you bring in God in it, to me it totally, in my view, I totally disregard half of what you said just because of what you're saying. You're putting God into the mix. Because I hate when people do that. Because most of these people, they don't know the first thing about the Bible and come telling you they're going to talk about God and tell them about heart and cow fat and kind of crap. You get under my skin, it pisses me off. So I'm so, I don't know, and then you have this, right now there's this popular song, artist, Chanel Moore. She's a Jamaican artist. And she has some of the biggest tracks out right now. But yet to say, She announced around 2 months, a month ago, 2 months ago, so she's a Christian. But yet she said she's gonna continue to fulfill her obligation to all the shows she already booked for through the rest of the year. So, how is it you're going to church, praising God, but yet you're gonna come back out to church and perform and do all these devils or wicked evil songs to say, because they tend to say it's not God's music. So how are you benefiting from this? From the one hand, you can't serve two masters. You have to choose one. Again, action, reaction. For every action, there's a reaction. Consequences. So you can't want to serve the money, but you want to say he's a God-fearing person and you're gonna give 10% to your tithe. That doesn't clean the money. You want to say, okay, so you're going to church to clean off the money, then make your money come godly. That's what they're trying to say. And not only she, a lot of artists do this. A lot of artists does this. When their career going down the drain, artists and movie stars, that's when they want to give their life over to God as well. Notice it. Don't take my word for it. Notice anybody who become a Christian, if it's ever while they're on top, or is in the decline, or when they get older, or when they're just tired. That's when people typically turn Christian. Even those so-called prison Christian, when they go to prison, all of a sudden they have come to this epiphany and they become Christian, converted in prison Christians. Another thing that rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, I won't go too deep because it's lunchtime. I have to go get something to eat. So let's do this. Peace, one love. I'll get back to this again another day. One love. Oh, before we go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Share as well. A like is free, so you don't know how it works. Boom bang, you don't know. One love.